Hi, my name is Morgan Brown, and I'm going to, for my video project, summarize the text of Marcus Aurelius, Book 3, 1-16 from Meditations. Aurelius has a few main points throughout his whole reading that he gives to his readers. He's focused with, well, first off, let me say I'd like to put a sort of modern spin with some of the things I say on the text, because much of what he says, back centuries ago, I think the year is 160 AD, it also relates and is just as relevant in today, soon to be 2018. Aurelius is focused, like I said, on old age. He's focused, with death, growing old. Life is passing by way too fast, way too quickly, by him. He does not want, his main thing is, you want to follow in order. He sort of lays the blueprint of how to be happy in life. He gives a few main things in order to do that. And before I say that, Aurelius Marcus, he was a Stoic philosopher, which this is sort of what Stoic philosophy is, following the path of happiness in life. So in order, to live, this happy path of life, you want to have good reason, follow the path of good reason. You want to have, you want to be able to think logically. When it comes to that, you want to cut out the hate in your life, cut out the negativity towards people, towards situations, towards anything you're not really in agreement with. You just want to cut out all that hate and negative energy. You don't want to worry about other people. You don't want to worry about other people, what they're doing, any useless things, thoughts. Just don't worry about any of that in order, to move along with your day. Anything, that doesn't, this is what I'm about to say is sort of modernizing the text that I'm trying to do. Anything that doesn't come from, your close-knit family, friends, the handful of people you talk to on a regular day basis, eliminate all that thoughts, negativities, and such about other people. That doesn't completely focus on you and your everyday, with your everyday living and those involved in it. Lastly, I would say, sort of to summarize up his text, he's sort of embracing death throughout. He doesn't want to have dementia. I don't know if I mentioned, but he speaks about the mind deteriorating way before your body does in old age, and he does not want that to happen to him. Here are some images to kind of piggyback off of some things I just said, maybe to give you somewhat of a better visual, not we already don't know the words I'm speaking, but I thought it would just be interesting to maybe, add it in. Like I said, death and old age are very important and just as much an issue now as it was centuries or however so long ago. Here's just two images that contribute to that. Also, with the blueprint Marcus has given us today, I think everything he said, just as then, like I said, it matters now. It all has to do with the same things today that are super important in everyday's life are these four symbols of social media: Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. These things take up so many people's full days, literally on their phone or on their computer, just focusing on what other people are doing, where they're checking in at, what they're tweeting about, what pictures they're posting, what they're hashtagging. That literally is today's world in 2018 with social media, and there might have not been social media back in Marcus's day in 160 AD times, but everything he said there is today, just in a different form of, way. A few more images that I have to modernize and help us maybe connect to today's society a little better is Marcus talks throughout about how you always want to keep learning, learning new things, staying current on what's happening. So with that, the the classroom with the teachers is just children, learning, and it starts from children, and up until now we want to keep learning as much as we can to, better ourselves. He also speaks about religion and God throughout. So there's a picture of a Holy Bible, which I think, he mentions that God's like our path of reason. So if we have some sort of religious background, that's always going to help us contribute, to our feelings and our judgments and all that we're able to make on things. Here's a picture of a healthy lifestyle thing. There's sports, there's dieting in there, any type of, healthy activities, vegetables, water, anything that contributes to your health. He sort of connects a whole mind, body, and soul thing throughout the whole reading. With all that I just mentioned, I would sort of, to summarize fully, that is Marcus Aurelius's book 3, 116-Meditations whole point. In order to follow that blueprint, you need to do them things I just mentioned. To answer the 3 questions for the remaining half of the video, I'm going to start with number 1, which asks which values, ideas, points from the reading contributes to our understanding of the society in which it was produced, along with like the cultures and the values. I would say that the ideas that I spoke about, mainly with thinking logically and, be able to follow like the path of reason, to be able to think rational and things of that sort. Marcus Aurelius, he was a Roman emperor around the 160 AD times. I learned that he spent most of his reign involved in wars. So I would say that all of this contributed to, what he had to do and what he had to get done. So if he had to make a call or something, or a judgment or anything, to his military, or to make a big decision, he needs his mind focused and he needs his mind clear. I would say, those times of, war for Marcus, that like contributed more to my understanding of the reading, because it made me be able to connect like why really that for himself he would need to have this good reason, this good logic, because his choices are, not to say they're more important than mine, but I'm not leading a military and, countless of wars where, I'm sure people's lives are being taken and worlds are being turned upside down. So I think, that in those times, all of that really contributes to the idea of, good reason, thinking logically, that I've learned from the reading. Question 2 is sort of the same thing, just worded different. So which like moments, ideas, scenes from the reading contributes to my own understanding of, the cultures, values of my society in which I live in today. I would say, I think I mentioned in the beginning, but like everything that Marcus spoke about is sort of just as relevant today, and that's why I kind of modernized a few of the things and ideas that I gave, not so much ideas, but images that I gave you to just show how they correlate to today. But we are so, my society at least, I think there's so many preoccupations in life, just as he said, useless things, but things that shouldn't take up a minute of our day, but do anyway, and not only a minute of our day, but our days and our weeks, and, we're just preoccupied with these thoughts that shouldn't matter. Also, like our culture, especially I would say mine, living in the city of Philadelphia and actually working like in Center City, everything's so fast-paced, fast-moving, and I feel like everybody's sort of just like rushing by in life, like everybody's rushing in a sense to sort of go nowhere or to get their day done. But like in the bigger picture, like does that matter, like how quick you were able, to get home? Yeah, you want to get home quick, but like you also want to get home safe. So I would definitely say the ideas Aurelius speaks about, they definitely contribute to my own understanding of like my culture and my values, with what I just said. And also that all his ideas and stuff, the moments and everything like that I've learned, it makes me realize things in my everyday life that I could change, such as, rushing through it, focusing on useless things, useless people, things that don't matter. All of that I definitely could change, and I have learned from Marcus.